Hey everybody, this is Miss Foxy, and welcome to... Actually, I don't know what this is. I don't know what to call it or how to say it, but today I'm going to be talking about something very important. Something that's very hard for me to talk about, but I need to talk about it. I have a lot of friends. I do. A lot of people I talk to, a lot of people I joke around with, but in front of all these friends, I wear a mask. Yeah, I laugh and joke and play and laugh a lot, but it's all an act. None of it is real. I suffer from very severe clinical depression. I don't take pills for it. I probably should, but I don't. I am not medicated for it. Depression is defined as the mental disorder of extreme sadness or loss of interest. And I have struggled from depression for 8 years. Eight years ago, I lost somebody very important to me. As you all know, I am 18 years old, so at the time I was 10 years old. I had a baby cousin. His name was Kelly, or Kelly Jr., or Little Kelly. He called him Little Kelly a lot. He was, I think, 3, almost 4 years old. His mother and father got divorced, but he was always a happy child. No matter what happened in life, he always had something to smile about. And whenever I saw him smiling, I could smile. And I knew I could, because I knew he was happy, and it made me happy to see him happy. He had no cares in the world whatever, and loved his mother and father very dearly. He loved them both equally, even though he knew his mother was doing bad things. His mother, who I cannot say the name of, was a drug addict and drank a lot. This was one of the known reasons why his mother and father were divorced. Well, one day it was time for him to leave and go to his mother's house. And it surprised me because he didn't want to go. We had been playing all day together. We swung on the porch swing, and we gardened together, and we played games together, and we laughed and smiled and had fun. And, my uncle, asked, hey, you can tag along. He told me, you can tag along, you can come with us, because it seemed like little Kelly didn't want to leave my side. He was holding my hand and he was crying. He didn't want to go. In the car, I asked him why he had to go, and all my uncle could say was, it's because the law says he has to. And I remember I was 10. I didn't understand it. So I asked him, why not just keep him? I didn't understand how the law worked at 10 years old. Later that day, I guess I should say later that night, we went home. And then my mom got a very important call. Now keep in mind that little Kelly was like a little brother to me, more than he was a little cousin. She came home after being surprised by this phone call and rushed out of the house really fast and told my older brother to watch after me while she was gone. She came home with my grandmother, we call her Nana, and told us that little Kelly had died in a car wreck. His mother did not buckle his seatbelt, but he was asleep when it happened. So he went through the windshield and died on impact. And I had felt like my happiness, the core of my happiness, had been torn out of me and thrown onto the ground and stepped on and grinded their foot on it. And that's what it felt like. As a little girl, I was very religious. I believed in God and I praised God, and I hate to bring religion into this. I do. But after that day, I felt like God took everything away from me. I thought, why could somebody so perfect, why could somebody so sweet and innocent be taken out of this world? He was a happy little kid, and he did no wrong to anybody, truly. How could this God that I believed in and praised take something so precious away from me? While the mother of this child, who could not even take care of him, walked away with no scratch and was not arrested for driving intoxicated and not taking care of her child. And that is what started my depression. I don't remember a whole lot after that. Years went by and I became a very bad child. I made my bad decisions. I made my mark on the world. My life didn't really fall apart, I wouldn't say. At the time, it may have felt like it fell apart, but it didn't. I was just depressed. I went and saw doctors. My parents put me on antidepressants. They tried everything they could to help me, but nothing worked. Not until recently did I realize how miserable I am, and how depressed I am, and how my depression has yet to go away, and in which it will never disappear. I fell in love. I fell in love with my dream man, and I wanted to marry him, but he didn't see it the same way, and it's not his fault. It's mine, but not fully. We both had our parts played in it. And as fast as I had acquired this man that I fell in love with, he was taken away from me just as quick. Not by death, of course. He's okay, he's alive. I won't mention his name. He knows who he is. I don't love him anymore. I'm not in love with him anymore. I'm okay now, but not a day goes by that I try and figure out how to fix myself. How do you put yourself back together after breaking and shattering and falling and scattering? How do you fix yourself after? How do you fix yourself after dying inside? I have a simple answer for that. You can't. There's no way you can fix that. There's no way it can be fixed. You have to live with it. I wear a mask. I pretend I'm happy. I laugh and smile in front of my friends. I tell them that I'm okay. But I'm not. I'm not okay, and I never will be okay. I'll be content. I'll be numb. I'll be on hold. I'll be on standby. But inside, they don't really know. They don't really see it. There is a raging war inside of my mind and my heart and my soul. And battle after battle I lose. I haven't won a single battle. But I keep fighting. And I'll always keep fighting. I'm never going to give up. But day in and day out I cry, and I cry, and I cry. And I can't stop crying. Because time is ticking. And the countdown has started. Because one day, this lurking monster inside of me is going to break me down piece by piece and tear me apart and kill me. This monster known as depression will never go away. And I'll cry, and I'll cry, and I'll cry. And I'll never stop crying. Because I'm sad. And I'll always be sad. And I'll never be truly happy. Maybe for a split second, maybe for a moment, maybe for a day, maybe for a week, but the next week will be treacherous. It'll be another battle that I have to fight. And I'm not fighting it alone. I have my companions, I have my allies, I have my friends. But in the end, it's a battle I must win on my own. They cannot fight it for me. And the things that have been taken away from me will never come back, and I have to realize that. I have to understand that and move on. And it is oh so hard to move on. It's so hard to move on, but I have to do it. My journey is none the special. There's nothing unique about it. Everybody has their stories, and some of them may be similar, so mine is no different. But I felt the need to share it. I keep fighting for all of you. I keep fighting for you guys. My school friends will see this and comfort me the next day. My friends on Kik and on Skype and on Instagram and on Twitter will see this and applaud me for being so strong to share it with the world. And even then, they won't know the battle that I fight every day.